We are here. County Fair. Boom, ready to go. Got the merch all ready to go. Got the flag, everything. We got a great spot next to our friends over at Team Junkyard Dog, as well as Team Elk Robotics and Team Purple Fire. So we are back at the Martin County Fairgrounds. This is our old stomping grounds. This is where we know we've dominated this tournament before. Hopefully we're gonna do it again. It's a round robin format today. Apparently they're gonna try to get us all to fight each other twice, but I don't know if there's gonna be enough robot left for that. So we'll see how it goes. Check in soon and check out the carnage. We've got everybody set up here. The arena over here. It's a little loud in here. They've stuck the generator in here with us, but the dropkick sign is up and we're ready to go. So check this out right here. Team Gator Robotics had an awesome setup with a bunch of their robots set out. They didn't exactly have all of their robots set out quite yet, but they have an awesome Instagram account and you can see all the different robots on there. They had their new logo set up. I think it looks pretty great. And next up, right next to us, we had Team Elk Robotics with their 3-pound flamethrower. That thing put out a heck of a flame. We had some great seating. You can see Team Junkyard Dog and Big G right there. What a great spot to be in. So our first opponent up would be Team Butterside Down from Physics Anonymous. This robot is a huge horizontal overcutter, kind of like Sanawayachi. I was hoping that we could get them flipped over because they did not have their self-righting stick this time around, and there was no way for them to flip over if we were to hit them over. As you can see though, coming up right here, we came in for some good hits, and they did not move. They stayed pretty planted. However, you can see right here also that we knocked over one of the barriers. Now that doesn't happen too often, but when it does, we have to go in there and get everything reset.
It'll take a second.
I need to make brackets for fighting 12.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now this is some good ball bearings there.
As you heard, Andy said he's going to be putting in some new brackets for the 12-pounders so that we don't knock those over quite so often. He's going in, getting that bracket reset, that barrier reset, and those are some pretty heavy barriers. Those are, I believe, 1/8-inch tube steel, so those are nothing to mess around with, and our bots hit pretty darn hard. We got the match reset here, made sure we were all lined up, and he got around me pretty quick here. I was a little worried. I got another decent hit, but still just completely unfazed. Butterside Down is another huge hit. Just, they were staying planted the entire time, and we were flipping all around. I was really worried. Our weapon went down right about here, and then we shoved him into the wall, and I noticed
Hold on.
they're not moving. Yes, they're not moving. Okay, let's see what they're gonna do. Nope, nothing. So they started a 10 count. Turned out that he had completely exploded all the magnets in his motor on that last hit, and we got real lucky there. So I was trying to figure out what exactly happened to our bot, and brought it back to the pits and saw the freaking connector for the motor came disconnected. That was the only one I didn't zip tie, and it was because one of our little pads came unstuck. We also got a little bit of damage to our anti-tip bar, but that turned out fine. So because it is so hot out and the it's outside, so there's no air conditioning. It's air conditioning here with all this beautiful artwork. Here, I'll show you some of it right here. Big fan. This photography right here. This eagle's real cool looking. It's cool. If you've never been to a county fair, hopefully this gives you an idea kind of what it's like. I'm going to show you some of the livestock. There's a youth livestock show, and want to know so far. We'll see if I can keep that up. I am real tired. It was a long drive and I didn't sleep too well, but see you soon. So about the exact moment I stepped back out into the 90-something degree heat, they told me that I needed to get ready for my next fight. They actually didn't have an opponent lined up for me, and David was supposed to fight Butterside Down. Butterside Down was not ready to go. So they said, hey, can you step in on last minute's notice? And I was like, Sure thing. So I loaded up the bot, got it ready to go. David's got this huge plate on the front of his robot and this little undercutter that you can swing around and hit your wheels with on the backside. He did some good damage to Hooligan's wheels, so I was a little bit worried about that going into this fight. So I lined up a first shot here. It just kind of deflected off their wedge, not too much damage. And then on this second hit, I popped off their top plate or bottom plate and exposed their batteries. They weren't able to go any further, and that was the end of the fight. Quick fight, quick short notice, kind of crazy turn of events. You can see here Luke, who was filming, who's zoomed in, that battery is hanging out, all the guts are hanging out. So something he's definitely got to improve on in the future, but I see a lot of promise with this robot. And because that fight was so short, they tried to line up our fight with Hooligan almost immediately after. Jack kind of insisted on having the fight on the first day. I was a little hesitant. I wanted to give us both time to get fully prepared, but he said, let's just go for it. So I was like, sure thing, I'm game. So we got everything set up, and he came in with a really great box rush. I was having a hard time keeping up with him, squared up with him there. A huge hit. Oh my goodness, I'm popped up now against the wall. He keeps coming at me, but on that last hit, I was able to disable his weapon. Here I got a decent pop in on him. He runs up against me on the wall, pins me there for a second, but I'm able to get out. Do a weird wheelie thing, and then I hit him a few times. I start bouncing all over the place. Dropkick tends to do that. And then I go in for another big hit, flip him over a little bit. It wasn't too huge, but I messed up his armor pretty bad. That was probably the biggest hit of the whole thing there, and broke my weapon. Wasn't sure what was wrong with it. I was able to get him stuck on the wall, and then he got off, and then I was able to pin him back on the wall one more time. So I was sitting there waiting for the 10 count because I saw his weapon twitching. I was not about to go about a full minute and a half more with this robot. Ended up pulling off the KO win. They counted him out. Honestly, I just felt so great about this weekend. It was a great time. I ended up finishing all of my fights by KO, and all on the first day, so I was able to drive home. I woke up at 4 a.m. to come out to this fight, drove about 4 hours down there, had a great time, would do it all over again. I had no plans for hotels, so I would have had to sleep in my car, so I was like, I'm just going to drive right back home. That was one long day. So taking a closer look at the end of the fight, I actually sheared all of the screws off of that face mount. In the future, I think I'm either going to tack weld or come up with some sort of mate for that face plate and the face of the motor, but I've got to figure out what to do to fix that problem.
Well, it was a successful day. 3-0, 3 knockouts. I don't feel like sleeping in my car tonight. The bot got pretty beat up in that last fight against Hooligan, and we're probably going to be headed right out. There's some awesome stuff going on, dude. What's up, bud? Fan? But yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah. Woo! I need you guys to say drop kick, drop kick, drop kick, drop kick. Woo! Thanks, y'all.
What's your YouTube? I'll follow you.
It's Rogers_robotics. I fight robots.
No, can I say hi? Wait, are you gonna post this?
Yeah.
As you can see, this fair was pretty awesome. There were the performers there. There was a whole bunch of rides I didn't get to show you guys. And this was the strip leading into our little area of the fair. I had such a good time. This brings back so many great memories of coming here with my dad every single year. I think this was like the 3rd time in a row that we'd placed either 1st or 2nd. And I couldn't have been happier with the result. So much fun. You can see here the entrance into the robot fighting area. It's a pretty tight little space. It's the same space we usually occupy, so if you're ever at the Martin County Fair in the future, definitely come and check us out in this space. It should be where we are from now on. You can see some more of the pits right here to the left. Our pits were a little bit more to the right from here. It was a great group of people. It was a great time. Thank you so much for everybody pictured here who came out. Everyone helped make it a fantastic experience. I love this whole community. You guys mean so much to me. And Andy, thank you so much for putting on another great event. If you're watching this, definitely go out and check out Palm Beach Bots. They help to support
Dave.
the whole community, so buying their
Make a
stuff is
funny face.
awesome.
Make a funny
Thank you
face.
so much, Dave. I love you, buddy. And
Mike.
thank you so much, Mike, for coming out and making it such a great time.